guys, welcome back to another additional episode where we are diving deep into the fascinating space of a neurologist. Remember, Simply Motsoka is not just a channel, but we are a company that enables medical practices for excellence. Now do join me today as we explore a journey of a neurologist and how his practice was enabled. And remember to like, share, and subscribe, and your comments for the doctor are welcomed. Enjoy the episode.
I think neurology chose me rather than me choosing neurology.
Okay. How did that happen?
There was this professor who was a neurologist, an old man. And he used he taught us neurology in medical school. And then I came across him again once I was also doing my internship and community service.
Okay.
So through seeing that man, doing about the business of neurology and how he would see patients, and in medical school, neurology was thought to be the most challenging of the medical specialties.
If there was somebody who's studying medicine today or thinking of going into medicine and they wanted to pursue all the way to neurology, how long does that process take?
6 years of undergraduate degree, which is the MBCHB, 2 years of internship after you've qualified as a doctor, and 1 year of community service. And so that's about, give or take, 9 years.
9 years, yeah.
So that's before you can start specializing, and you will be lucky to get a post immediately after your post-community service. So
Wow.
those years could be much longer.
So I have to go to school for practically 9 years to become a neurologist.
That's right.
Sure. And when do you start making money?
And so after that, the neurology degree itself is another 4 years. So
God.
So those 9 years was to qualify you to enter the program, the training program of neurology. So you can add on top of the 9 years, which, as I said, you will be lucky to have the 9 years because it's difficult to get a post immediately after finishing. So you can add another 4 years odd. So that takes us to about 13, 14 years.
Sure, that's a lifetime.
It
It's a
is.
decade and a quarter. Now we're going to move into your space of your practice. What inspired you to choose to be in a medical practice setup as compared to working for a state? What's the difference?
The difference is, in a practice, you are your own boss. You limit how far you can go in a private practice. You know how you want to work. You know what kind of a practice you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you had some goals that you've written when you started, meaning you planned. Okay. And now tell me something, doctor. When it comes to this practice, what is the importance of having systems and processes in a structure of a medical practice as a business?
It is critically important. Doctors don't undergo training in medical school for the business aspect of running a practice.
Okay.
So we know best to see patients, to make diagnosis and do what we are trained to do as doctors. But setting up a practice, which is a business, which is a company, and so on, it's a different ballgame.
Okay.
And to allow a doctor to concentrate on knowing what they're trained for and doing what they are good at without any worries of, doing things that they have no expertise on, it is best to have a proper structure and systems in place to run a medical practice.
Have you seen any impact when it comes to your profitability in the practice and your service delivery and patient experience, obviously, with having your systems in place?
Without the shadow of a doubt. I mean, our first few years or months as a practice, we didn't have that in place, and there was a big shift in the profitability, in the efficiency, and in the running of the practice as a business when those things were put in place.
You would recommend for anybody that is starting a practice to actually have processes and systems defined before they actually start?
I would say even those who are already there but they don't have those things in place, if they are to start, they will actually wonder why I've never done that from the beginning.
Okay.
Because it will change the entire practice in terms of its profitability, in terms of its efficiency, so the doctor can focus in terms of all aspects of the practice.
Now, when it comes to your accounts, your claims in-house, which of the two methods do you prefer, and why have you chosen the method that you are using?
Well, we started off by using a bureau,
and a medical bureau, yeah.
Bureau, yeah. And that was the beginning stages. Practice was getting to find its feet. It was fine for that time, but once again, there is no focus because the person is running they are a business themselves. So they are running things for many other people, and they are not necessarily fine-tuning the skills that they have to the particular field. For example, we are in neurology practice.
Yeah.
So having someone in-house allows that focus, allows that specialization of knowing the different codes and fine-tuning, knowing the right codes to bill, reduces the chances of rejection and so on.
Okay.
So overall, it leads to smooth billing, much more profitable, in terms of the practice, because we then had less rejections, follow-ups were focused, and we know the codes to use specifically for the neurology field. Yeah.
Okay, so you are more of a preference of a fan for doing claims in-house versus
that
outsourcing.
Is correct, yes.
How, for a doctor that has started a practice, what would be your advice in terms of them getting themselves exposed so that they can have an influx of patients coming to themselves?
Choosing where you work is very, very important.
Okay, so location?
Yeah, location is important. And obviously the marketing of where you are to market yourself. So that now goes back to saying get proper people to advise you in terms of putting the structure, in terms of the marketing, to the GPs, and also in the fellow colleagues to know that there is a new doctor. As much as the hospital do it, they do it to a limited role. Wherever, let's say it's a medical clinic or a net care, they will do it to a limited role because their focus is the hospital. They're just trying to make it easier for you to settle in.
Okay.
But once you have people that, if one can help you to set up, to market, it makes your job to settle down even more easier.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for this interview. And as you are one of the people that know the services that we offer, I think you really appreciated that value as well based on your interview.
One of the best decisions I made was getting a specialized services to help to put structures and processes in the practice. The rest or the relief that it brought to me to focus was humongous, and also the profitability that it brought to the business was very much noticeable.
Okay.
So I think I would advise any doctor, whether starting or not starting, to have that in place.